I don't know. Elsa actually really liked it when we poured it. I kind of was like, well, I wish you had the whole can, because like I'm gonna go take half of it to the porch now. The seventh of 2021's 12 Beers of Christmas is two versions of Bevy Long Drink, a cocktail-inspired malt beverage with some very nice flavors reminiscent of the holidays. And is brought to you with support from Imperial Yeast and our Patreon party people, who have all but perfected the 6-inch ribbon curl. Join them at patreon.com/chopandbrew. This beer of Christmas is also not a beer, but a malt beverage of sorts. I'm here with Josh Holbrook. We just got done tasting his mead, and I was like, well, while we're doing one non-beer beer of Christmas, let's do something else. So my friend Megan Parker, that works for Boston Beer / Dogfish Head, gifted me this. It's Bevy Long Drink, and I was like, what in the heck is this? Mine is called Sparkling Citrus Refresher. Josh went to his store in Brainerd, and I didn't instruct him well enough, so we had matching ones. So he got the
Sparkling Berry Refresher.
boom. So what this basically is, it's a malt beverage that's inspired by a cocktail that is extremely popular in Finland, and that cocktail is gin, grapefruit soda, and maybe cranberry, or it may just be kind of gin, grapefruit juice, and tonic. So these are your main things, though. It's like grapefruit, gin. The description is malt beverage with natural flavors and wild juniper berries. Juniper is something I enjoy a lot. 5.5%. There's great, like marketing copy on the side. Maybe it's the 23 hours of daylight they get in the summer. Or maybe, just maybe, it's the best kept secret, the long drink, while the Finns are the happiest people on the planet. So yeah, I just want to break this out because personally, around this time, Christmas, I get a very Christmassy vibe from this, from the citrus peely, citrus juice, grapefruit, the juniper. Citrus is in season right now. You're always getting your clemmies and your grapefruit. Juniper obviously has kind of like reminiscentness of Christmas tree. This is, I took some other pictures. I'm almost running out now. We chatted so long, but it's like clear, but it's hazy. It's almost like a New England style malt beverage. What do you think, Josh? Like yours, we obviously aren't drinking the same beverage. Yours has this added element of berry, which I'm going to think might be cranberry, because this cocktail in Finland would often get a blast of cranberry juice and almost look like a Tom Collins, I've been led to believe from the internet.
I definitely get some berry on the finish. Juniper is there. It's definitely more toward the finish where it's like a drying sensation, but it's nice because it's like I said, a little bit of that spice, like pretty lightly spiced, but it definitely is like holiday kind of feel to it with that like piney kind of thing going on.
Right, without being overly like mulled spice beer. I just kind of feel like it sounds like what some people do to kind of emulate this cocktail also is they'll take that Stiegel Radler, which is essentially a grapefruit tasting beer, and mix it with gin to about probably this same kind of dilution, 5, 6, 7%. So you're not drinking like a get trash cocktail, but you're drinking kind of like an alcoholic Radler. I just thought it was fun. I'd never heard of any of these things. We both noted it finishes real, I wouldn't say real sweet, but sweet. It is definitely not like a seltzer where like the point of it is to taste like juniper or pine with this like slash of dryness. Like this definitely sits more kind of like, I don't know, in the beer world, I would maybe say kind of like a cream ale or something with a little body and residual sweetness, but not bone dry and crisp. Like this is for someone that maybe likes gin, and I don't want to say you like seltzers because I don't even know if you'd like this still if you like seltzers, but you definitely like gin and grapefruit juice.
Yeah, comparing it to a cream ale is kind of nice because it's got like a similar weight to it, like the body, and it's definitely got some sweetness. You're right, it's not like bone dry like a seltzer, but I mean, mine's got a little bit of nice berry on the finish, and little bit of spice character to it, a little sweet. I mean, it's nice and fizzy, so it's definitely kind of like a cocktail, but with like a ton of punch to it.
Right. And a cocktail without, it's specifically says does not contain distilled spirits on the can. Obviously, that's more of like a logistical thing they have to say, but I think they're proving a point that they're like, we got to this by essentially making some kind of beer-like beverage and then hitting it probably with grapefruit and juniper. I just thought it was fun. I want to give Megan a shout out. Apparently goes nationwide. Like Minnesota, not to be surprised, is one of like the early markets for it because there's a bunch of Scandinavians here that can wrap their palates around something like this, but it goes nationwide in January. So if this sounds like something you'd like, hit it up. Bevy Long Drink. It's like Pippi Longstocking, but not.
Nice. We're the canary in the coal mine.
The 12 beers of Christmas keep rolling along like the Polar Express tomorrow when we crack a crowler of something hoppy for the holidays. Amarillo by Morning, straight West Coast IPA, brewed in collaboration between Blackstack Brewing and Pint House Pizza.
I love juniper at this point after just all my experiences with Ivar and Norway and receiving just like tons of their, backyard brews over there. I mean, that shit is just so juniper. Talk about the end of a glass smelling like something, man. When you're done with their beers, the next day, even when it's like dried up, and you stick your nose in there, it just smells like sweet simmered juniper. So good.